Hello, everybody. It's Laura Van Vertlo. I am live Tuesday night. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I have been since 2007, and I love to show people how to create. My goal is to keep the art of the handwritten note alive because it's better than just the text and the emails because they're quick, they're great, but there's magic in somebody getting a handmade card in the mail. But what we're going to do tonight is we are going to make two cards, but there's something different. There is the new Stampin' Positioner tool. I'm going to show you two ways that you can use it tonight, and another card, some tips on how to use it, and show or tell you the only way that you can get it right now, because it will be available later. They haven't really told us yet. But you can get it right now by joining, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So grab your beverage, get comfy, get your wish list, because regardless, you're going to want to get some of these items, and you might see some sneak peeks that you can start May 3rd to get. So jump on, say hi, ask questions, and tell us how long you've been crafting, and we are going to get started. Oh, there's the crowd. I couldn't find it. Let me switch it. There we go. All right. So the worst part of the Stampin' Positioner is it's going to reflect. So I'm going to kind of go off to the side. And these are the stamps I'm going to use. But what's nice is there's no hinges. And then they have these nice little feet that are spring-loaded. And the best part is, if you're around when we had our Stamparatus, the magnets were really hard, and they were hard to pick up because they were so strong. These are strong, but we have the little tabs on them, and they don't break. I broke mine the first day I had mine from the Stamparatus, but these are great. So these will help keep your project in place. And then these are where your there's another part, that's the other stamp. I'm going to show you something. There's also the little spring loaded on here as well. So I was silly. I was trying to line these up like this, and I was like, why are they not lining up? It's these two right here because, yeah, they line up perfect. But this is so you can tile and make set statements to go down. One of the cards I'm going to show you how to make a tiled card, and also a two-step stamping card. So there's that. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes, and then the grid paper. So this is what you'll get free for joining today. And the best part is you will get a full grid paper. I'm going to go ahead and take one off and place it over here. So these little holes line up perfectly in this little thing so you don't get ink all over your item or your Stampin' Positioner. And then there's also this little, I meant to show you that. Hold on. Hi, tell us where you're from. I'm trying to find comments. There we go. Okay. So right here, there's a way to do a wreath. Well, I don't have a stamp that really made a good wreath, so I couldn't do that to show you tonight. But you can also, hi Jasper, I knew you were going to pop on. Hi. Don't move those. Okay. For everybody that has never seen, this is Jasper. So here we have the inches, and we have centimeters on the other side. Stay over there. And what I'm going to do is, you always want to make sure your Stampin' Up is like this, facing up and at the bottom, so it fits perfectly. And then what I'm going to do is, sorry, oh goodness. He likes the warmth of the light. I have discovered that. Okay, so we are going to make this card tonight. It's really pretty. Okay, so I just had a little base of crumb cake. Let me go ahead and fold that. Hello, tell me where you're from. All right. And then very vanilla for the inside. And then this is the Brushed Beauty designer paper. And I ran the Calypso Coral through with the stripe. Oh, I forgot the embossing folder. Hello? Okay, I thought I was getting my echo. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down with the Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to wait and put everything aside, and I'm going to show you the Stampin' Positioner tool real quick. So, oh, I didn't get the white to do it. Oh, goodness. Let me grab a piece of white. Hold on. I knew there'd be something I missed. Hold on. That's okay. I have stuff behind me. All right. So here's your whites. I'm going to go ahead and put these to hold my piece of paper. Now, this is two-step stamping. So I'm going to show you two-step stamping because it makes it so much easier to align all your items this way. So let me go ahead and take that to the side. And then I'll use this piece of paper because I'm going to stamp off. I know I'm using stamps for this part, but where I'm going to line it up is using, oh shoot, maybe I should have. I'm going to flip, I'm going to flip it over. I'm stamping off because it's almost too bright by using the Calypso Coral. Right. See how bright it is? So let me stamp off. That's better. I mean, it's your card. If you want to do that, you by all means, because we're going to go in with the two-step with using the Petal Pink, which I think is a really great complementary color. All right. So this is where using the Stampin' Positioner, as soon as I figure out what I did with this extra stamps. Oh, they're right there. I had them 2 seconds ago. Okay. So what makes this really easy is I do the outline first because it's easy to see where to lay through your stamp for this. This is what I call the solid. So I did the outline stamp, and this is your solid stamp. And we're going to go ahead and do that. So now that I have it right there, the best part of this is when you place it down, and it's going to stick for a second or longer. I even primed it so it wouldn't do that, but it still did it anyway. This is for the next card, so I'm going to stick that to the side. So we're using Petals of Beauty and Words of Beauty. It's a beautiful suite if you haven't seen it. I love the colors in it. The paper is just gorgeous. I will tell you, it was really hard to use. This is one of those papers that I had a hard time choosing which side to use because the floral print on the other side is gorgeous. I'll show it to you in a minute. Okay, so now we have it lined up, and the best part is if you don't have it perfect, and see, it's beautiful. So now you just go cut this out, which I'm not going to do that today because you've seen the card. And what you do is you cut it out. You put this together. Well, I'll just go cut it out real quick. Take me 2 seconds. And as we cut it out, I'm looking for, there's the dies. I was like, where did I do with the dies? I just hate pulling that big die cutting machine. It's not big, but it's bulky for me in that small space that I have where I'm at. So let me get that cut, and we'll put that card together. Uh-oh. Almost unplugged the computer. use the table as it goes. This is my first YouTube live. I usually do it on Facebook. Trying something different today. All right. So I've got them cut out. And I'm going to go ahead and move this to the, actually, I'm going to put that there because I have lost those earlier and they got stuck to something. It was magnetic. Took forever to find it. All right. Here is this. Now let me show you what's on the other side of this paper. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, we could use that, but I think it just gets lost in there. So what we're going to do is first, we're going to get some of the basic beige ribbon. I'm kind of just estimating, but usually about 16 to 18 inches. Hello, tell me where you're from. I'd love to say hi. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to just put some glue on this side so I can get this ribbon on. And then we'll tie a quick knot. All right. And if you missed, I was showing the Stampin' Positioner on how to make your two-step stamping a lot easier and foolproof. So you stamp your images and then you place your second stamp on top and move it down and stamp right over it, and it's perfect. Okay, so on this card, I actually used dimensionals. This one I'm not because it was pulling too much. And here's a little tip. As soon as I find my glue dots. Does anybody else have the abyss? That's what I call it. I call it the abyss. Tell me where you're from. Okay, so this is a tip. A customer told me this years ago, and it is like the best tip ever. So when you're tying a knot and you don't have somebody to help you, which I usually don't anyway, I put a glue dot down to where I want my bow. So when I get down to this level and I like the way it looks, I just push it down and it holds. That's really cool. And this one, I think I just did, I did just a knot. Okay, I cut too much then. Maybe 14 inches. Okay. I forgot that the bow was a little too much. All right, let me get out my good scissors. Okay. All right. There we go. And then we are going to put, I went ahead and cut out, these are from the dies from the, I used this label. It goes with the 2 stamp set. So it's a whole suite. It's gorgeous. I almost did this one, but I'm cutting out this piece from the Petals of Beauty. And I had cut it out. And some of it has the adhesive sheet on the back because I like to use that when I'm doing bigger items like this. Because sometimes they get they start to stick up and I don't like that. So I'm going to put a glue dot right there. We're almost done with this card. All right, stick it right there. And now we are going to stick this one down. I like to put this one down with regular seal, and then there's my dimensional. All right. There we go. And I love to do Wink of Stella when I am doing these kind of cards because then it kind of blends those colors together even more. Gives it some sparkle. And then we're going to say it's your birthday because I am so out of birthday cards. I don't know. What cards do you run out of quickest? Sometimes I run out of the just for you too. Or just thinking of, there it is. All right. So it's perfect. I love it when they have labels that are perfect for your sentiments. And then we will put one here, one here. All right. So here is the happy birthday. Let's put one more right underneath there. I see a bump. I don't like the bumps. I like it to be seamless. All right. So now we've got that. I'm going to put on the finishing touch, and I'll stamp the envelope after. Well, what I did is I stamped this on the envelope, and on the inside of the card, I stamped with Berry Vanilla. I did the little flowers, but what I'm going to do is just put the dots on, and then we are going to move on to the tile method of the Stampin' Positioner. And this one, you're going to see a set that you can't get right now, but you can on March 3rd, unless you sign up to get the Stampin' Positioner today, because that ends, I do believe it's March 2nd. And then I'll trim that off when I get back. Thought I had done that. Oh, well. Okay, so there's that card and that card. Quick and easy. All right, let me move all this out of the way, and we will make the next card. Okay, for those of you that know Jasper, you probably see it. No, you don't. Good. Let me flip it over. So there's two other things you can do with this. The Stampin' Positioner, excuse me for reaching across, but I put it way over here. Okay. I'm going to put these to the side where I know where they're at. So you can put your background stamp on and just, where's my positioner? Oh, there it is. And so you put your back, I don't have it because it's on a different thing right now, but what I did for this card, it's a spotlight technique. So if you're a club member, guess what? This is what you're making. Okay, so you put your background stamp down, line it up, you stamp down. But the best part about this, background stamps don't always 100% go, like they have like a spot where it barely got any ink. Re-ink it up again, push it down, and it fills it right in. So that was one great idea. Just remember to take the back of the background stamp and kind of pat it on your clothing to get some fuzz on it so it's not so sticky, because the background stamps are big. All right. Now we are going to do, okay, I was trying to see how I got this done. I did this a couple days ago, and I was just so excited that it turned out okay. All right. I'm going to fold a piece of peach pie. All right. And when I do the tile, I have found that it is easier to do this. And I'm going to line it up right there at the one. I'm going to take a pencil, because if it just hiccups just the slightest bit, I want to know exactly where it was. And if I'm making a bunch of cards too, I would like to know as well. All right, so there's that. And there's that. And then these pieces are burnt in a little bit. All right, let me get a piece, the, what do you call it? Peach pie. And show you this cute little stamp set. I am just so excited about this. Okay. I have everything in a little bucket over here, so give me a moment to get it out. All right, there we go. This other one. Okay. It's called The Cutest Crew. Is it? You may have seen a couple of them out there. It's a new online exclusive. And I tell you, I'm starting to like the online exclusives better. And look how cute these are. They have nice little die cuts that cut out the birds and separate little kitty cats and put butterflies in there. That was one of my first ones that I got. That's one perk of being a demonstrator. Regardless if you do classes or not, you get first dibs on pre-order. So what we're going to do, let's see. I'm going to line this up. See, I keep moving it. You know what? I'm going to do that and see if that helps until I get, there we go. Okay, so I like where that's at. Again, I'm going to use these 2 dots, not these, because my goofy self thought that was funny. Whoa, hello. Nope. All right, so now I'm going to push down. And there it goes. Because I have really primed this one. And there's my peach pie ink. I don't know why I have strawberry slush out. So now I'm just going to take this, and this is the little tile that you use to move your image down. Before we had where we had to move the, oops, I just stuck my hand right over that. I can see how Stampin' Spots are a lot easier for these. I thought it was a little harder with the Stamparatus with the plates. So I kind of like this a lot better. It's a lot easier. So I just do that. And then I'll let that dry. And I'm going to stick it down. And I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to re-ink it. All right. Again, we're going to line this up just below that one. And then we're going to push down. And for you guys that saw Jasper earlier in the video, this card is made for him. I was trying to go for the ginger look. And this will also show you another thing that you can do with the same card without me having to make a third card. But we'll get to that. Let me just finish this. And maybe it'll, yep, see, I missed part of it. So let me show you the beauty of this. Because I missed it, I'm thinking, oh no, I gotta throw this out. No, you don't. Watch. As long as you didn't move it. Oh well. You know what? That's the middle, so that's exactly where I'm going to put that. So tiny mistake. Oh well. All right, so we're going to do the next one. And I think we have one more. And it's just so cute. And it has dogs too, so don't think, you dog lovers out there, you can do both. You can do a dog and you can do a cat. But since I have a ginger cat, it was perfect. All right. Let me just see if I can. See? Oh, there we go. I'm kind of scared to go one more time. So, there's the back. Thankfully, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be covering this up anyway, the middle. So I'm not going to worry about that. And now I'm going to do the black. Remove those stamps. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. All right, so now I'm going to take, what did I do with, there it is. We get my chamois so we can clean it up. Oh, let's see here. And if you're new and weren't on the beginning of the video, you can subscribe to my channel, and I upload quite often. You will see a ton of videos on my channel already. I used to do Facebook Live. I'm trying to transition over to YouTube because I think it's a little bit more friendly for our niche. Okay. I probably did that backwards now that I think about it. All right, let me just do this. And flip that over because it's got yellow on it now. All right. I knew I was going to have a little bit issues, at least the part that I was scared the most of, which was doing the layered cats. I thought for sure I was going to mess that up. But I didn't. I am excited. All right. But what I was also saying is I have a link in the description. You can get on my email list where I have promotions from time to time. I also have my online classes. All my events are listed there. So for if you're in person or hybrid or online, I've got a class for you. I am just coming back from 2 surgeries. So kind of been a hot minute trying to get everything back where it was, but I had to have cervical fusion done and it was very scary and I couldn't concentrate very well. Sorry, it was kind of getting stuck. All right. So let me do it one more time. That's why I cut 2 because I had a feeling this might happen. All right. There. I'm talking and trying to remember stuff at the same time. All right. There we go. So I want to mark where that's at because what's cool is when you start to color this, I'm going to do a little bit of green for the grass. Even though there's grass cut out, I just don't want to try to add that to it. There we go. And then I'm going to put in my ginger kitties. So my ginger kitty has this kind of stripe. I mean, nobody's really going to see it. Let's see, what else did I do? All right. The nice thing is the blends will pick this up. And then I think I just outlined this one. Sorry, I can't do this and talk at the same time. At least concentrate on what I'm saying. But I have posted all the links below. If you want to shop, I've got that link. You add what the beauty class suite. I've got the link to join so you can get the Stampin' Positioner now. You don't have to wait because we do not know when Stampin' Up's going to let everybody have it. Okay, so this is the light one. You can see it just makes it look like a ginger cat, just automatic. So as you color, I notice that it starts to bleed into the black. And I think it kind of dulls that black a little bit. So what I'm going to do after I do this is stamp back over it. And it will make it look crisp and vivid again. But I gotta get my yellow out. I'm doing this without my readers. That's what's wrong. Whew. Okay. Let's put these up. Let me get my Daffodil Delight. At least I hope that's what color this is. Darling Duckling. No. Sorry, not a fan. A little too much for me. Daffodil Delight Light. That's what I wanted. All right. So I'm going to do the butterflies. And I can't tell if that's fuzzy because I don't have my readers on or what. But this is what's really cool about this. I'm going to put this back right here where I marked it. And we're going to put this down again. And we are going to pray that I put that exactly where it needs to be. And now I'm going to take the stamp, re-ink it with the Memento Black, and then we are going to go, I'm just going to kind of double check it. I'm just going to trust the process. Oh, it kind of, it made it kind of wiggly. I did it perfect on the first one, but this is what it does. It makes it more vivid, and it stamps right over the pre-colored image, the image you just colored, because it kind of bleeds and dulls it out. So I'll have to redo that off camera. And then I took the perennial die and used the happy birthday once again. And I put some little paw prints. And then this is included in the die as well. It's, or in the dies for this stamp bundle. Remember, bundles, you get 25%, or not 25%, 10% off. I'll put this to the side. So, Stampin' Positioner. I think it's pretty cool. I can't wait to get an image that I can use for a wreath, because I want to use the little, I got to clean this too. I did try it with this, and it really turned out pretty, because I just lined it up here, stamped it, picked it up, stamped it directly this way. And then I tried it again, going that way. That's a little off, but it'd be kind of pretty if you just put like a big sentiment in the middle. So I kept it because I'm still probably going to do something. I don't know which side I'm going to use yet. But that's another option. So you've got the tile, and then you can restamp over what you're coloring. So you get a crisp image. You also can use background stamps. And in case you don't get ink in a certain area, you re-ink it and push it down again, and you've got it. And then the first card we did was the two-step stamping. And the two-step stamping helps you line up the second stamp, which I usually do the outline first, and then the fill stamp, and then it's finished. So there's links below. Sign up for the email, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then join, and you will get this for free, plus the grid paper. You choose up to $125 for $99 plus tax, no shipping on that. And then you get to join our wonderful team. And here's Jasper. He wants to say hi now that I don't mind that he sits right here. Come on, baby. There's your card. Inspired by you. But yes, you get first dibs. You can do pre-orders. The demonstrators were able to grab this for 2 weeks, and then they shut it down. So they had plenty for people that joined. You are good until, let's see, we are in June 30th. You can stay active by placing a $300 order, and that's before your 20% discount. You can have get together with your friends. If you got crafty friends, they can help you out. You can pop on our our Facebook group, and we will help you out with events as well. But you can also just be a hobbyist. So we would love to have you. Feel free to join by the link below. Get your Stampin' Positioner and all the other goodies. Check out the last chance list. And I appreciate you popping on and seeing these cards tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.